W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. It is on you, my friend.
All right. I've actually got a bunch of positivity to talk about,
so
we're going to get through that first. Open up our Sunday happy. Starting out, Dr. Eve L. Ewing gave us some previews to what to expect in June for a new Black Panther run. She did an interview with Good Morning America. Morning America,
Wow.
which fudged her damn designation as being the first black writer to write Black Panther at Marvel. Literally, I'm clicking on the video and I'm like, well, let me read the description. Maybe they just fucked it up. No, first black writer on Black Panther. But then they tried to correct it in the video and they was like, oh yeah, it's the first female writer on Black Panther. I'm
that
like,
not true as well?
My dog, does Roxanne Gay not exist, or we just just like? But whatever. Really besides that, the reason why I'm giving her a dub is for two reasons. The design that she leaked, I liked, was dope. Man without fear vibes for sure. You know, he's got the tribal art on his, the shoulder protector thing. He got a spear on his back. The only thing that I took from that I don't know how I'm feeling about it just yet, he had a lot of weapons on him. He had a spear, he had a gun, he had throwing knives, which is leading me to think that he gets stripped of his Black Panther powers, and he's leaning a lot more onto his technology and to his weapons expertise. And obviously hand-to-hand combat, but that's going to come in, a little bit of a lesser degree if he doesn't have the powers of the herb. So I'm skeptical about that. But the costume design, and then when they asked her about it, they asked her what she felt about Black Panther. She said he is one of the most important characters of her time. And then she followed it up by saying, when they asked her about what was going to happen, she said T'Challa is facing new things. T'Challa has to adjust. T'Challa is going to be seeing a new light. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to hear. No more character assassination. No more character eraser. I can take what you're giving me objectively and we can move forward.
Yeah, I think it's good that she's taking the character from where Homeboy left off. Just because of the fact that you can't just leave him off like that. Like, we got to take him back.
Yeah, it's no telling what's about to happen in this last issue, man. And she's got to deal with that. I did see some people who were like poo-pooing the fact that, T'Challa might not be Black Panther to start this run or whatever. He's on the run in Wakanda. Poo-poo it all you want, but she didn't write that shit.
Right. But
she didn't write that shit.
She's attempting to restore him back to where he needs to be.
You are an absolute fool if you are blaming Eve Ewing for the current state of where Black Panther is going to be jumping off in this run. The only thing that you can say is that she just started off of the back of the worst Black Panther writer ever, which is, again, not her decision, nor is it her fault. So for now, I'm going to allow myself to be excited because already we're starting off on a better foot than what we did with Ridley. So
Ridley, I don't know why I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah,
there's Hickman and Hudlin keep.
Oh well,
I don't read the comics, so
that's a good segue because Jonathan Hickman is getting my second dub for today because Jonathan Hickman is writing Ultimates. Yes, Lord. Jonathan Hickman is returning to Marvel Comics in a big way, and he's going to be writing the Ultimate Universe again. I mean, my summer's packed. I don't know who else is trying to write this summer, but you're going to need to get behind. But between X-Books, Black Panther, and what Hickman's going to be doing with the Ultimates, I'm going to have a whole new library in this house somewhere.
And a slew of comic book reviews for the playlist.
Sure, absolutely. I'm very excited for that. Very excited to see him take over another project because when we get these big announcements from Jonathan Hickman, they usually lead to some sort of revitalization of whatever brand it is he's working on, whether it's Avengers or Fantastic Four or X-Men most recently. Now he's going to... I haven't read too much into what it's going to be, what the event is going to be. But it's seeming like he's reviving the Ultimate Universe. So I'm extremely excited for that, to see what he has in store for us. My next dub is going out to a petty king. It's going out to a petty king. And I just love to see it.
We like petty kings here.
We like petty kings here. I love to see this level of petty. Because it's something I would have done. You know what I mean? So Michael B. Jordan is on the red carpet for Creed.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and take that off of my list.
It's on the red carpet for Creed. Pops out in front of one of the reporters, some black media.
L'Oreal from The Morning Hustle.
L'Oreal from The Morning Hustle starts to interview Michael B. Jordan. Says they go way back.
Newark High School.
Make sure everybody knew that. Michael B. Jordan responds back to her and reminds her of how she treated him when they were at Newark High School. He was like, yeah, I'm a corny guy, right?
Corny guy,
That's
right?
me?
Yeah.
Cornball. Yeah.
On the Hustle Show, we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Oh, the corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
I did not say that. Yes, you did.
Backtracked like a month.
Yes, you did. Which I can't understand why you would have. Homeboy was in The Wire at like 15.
The Wire, Hardball. He was in a couple other things too.
What the hell was corny about Michael B. Jordan? Maybe he could have been a cornball in real life.
Well,
but I probably wouldn't be calling the kid who was on HBO at the time corny.
Okay, so apparently he was going around. He had like his headshots on him at all times, and obviously he was gung ho for his acting career. Which yes,
that
it did.
shit worked out.
Also, they were at Newark High School, so there's probably other people who were also either famous or going to be famous at some point.
Fam,
considering the proximity to
New York. And you know what? I can't even, because they both obviously ended up in very successful positions.
Sure.
Right. I'm not going to take away from her success. She has a platform. Mm-hmm. She's doing something that we could aspire to do one day. So yeah.
And she's also she does a lot of stuff with Yee.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think she did the what's the podcast Yee has?
Lip Service.
She's done episodes with her on that, and then I think she was on a reality show. I can't remember which one, but one of those VH1.
Hey, she's dope, right? She has a platform, not as big as Michael B. Jordan, but she has one.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. But watch who you talk shit to on your way up.
They
watch who you talk shit to.
They took The Morning Hustle off of our. We had it on 107.5. It's not there anymore. And it's Amanda
Seals.
Yes, she has a show, a morning show on 107.5 now. They took The Morning Hustle off, and now it's Amanda Seals.
No, okay. So Morning Hustle, I believe, is that Yee's thing?
No, hers is way up with Yee. And hers is after The Breakfast Club.
I was gonna say hers is on 106.7.
Morning Hustle is L'Oreal. Originally it was like 4 people, but then it just became L'Oreal and Head Crack, who was originally on Ricky Smiley's morning show. For what it's worth, did the entire interview. Jonathan Majors came into it. She starts talking about, my God.
Oh, the sexiest man. Let's try to get off of this. Let's try to get off.
Which one's the sexiest man between the two of you? And then they start fighting like, oh, no, it's you, bro. Oh, no, it's you, bro. It's you.
Different space.
I didn't know he was doing the athletic gear. I mean, I was staying in it. This is about y'all. This ain't about me.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up. He might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. See this?
So is it a tie?
Ain't no tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
2 number ones. Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that. Superman and Superman, sorry.
Good luck with that.
And then, so then they go through the whole interview. Michael Jordan says some more shit. And then at the very end of the video,
I see
L'Oreal goes,
well, you're not corny anymore.
Huh? Well, you're not corny anymore.
Well, you're not corny anymore.
I thought you ain't say it.
Come on, bruh. I literally looked at that and I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Then she said that
like
again.
It was cringe, and then it got better, and then she made it even more cringe at the end. It was like, you could have just let it go. Yeah, you could have let it go. Like at first you was dipping and dodging up through there, and then you took a haymaker to the chin. Your own haymaker. Like you punched yourself.
All you had to do was not say that.
Like, yeah, let's remind the audience one more time that I thought that this infinitely more popular person in front of me was corny while I'm holding up a microphone asking him questions. It just wasn't a good look.
At his movie premiere.
Woo! Wasn't a good look at all, sis. That was not a good look. Just watch who y'all talk to, man. If you don't like a man, you don't want to talk to a man, you don't want to engage with him, let that be known and move the hell on. Move the hell on. There is no benefit in dragging people through the mud that you don't find attractive, that you don't want to deal with, that you don't want to be around. It's not funny. It's not cute. And it doesn't earn you the type of cool points you think it does. The only thing you could be doing potentially, it's for men and women, the only thing you could be doing is potentially pissing off your next boss. Mm-hmm. So it's just not even worth it.
Well, at least she got to the red carpet somehow, because a lot of them people who did that shit work at McDonald's. So still living through their high school years. So,
all right. I got a joint dub here for the daughter of Malcolm X, who is now suing the CIA, the NYPD, and the FBI for a wrongful death suit in her father's killing. Mm-hmm. So they're the men who were convicted and later exonerated of Malcolm X's death got settlements, which she is now arguing, her and Ben Crump are arguing that admission, that payment opens them up to, a potential payment to, the descendants of Malcolm X, because if you're admitting that these men were framed for that shooting and that the NYPD, the FBI, and the CIA were all involved, and you end up making a payout to that effect, that's what they testified to in court, you're essentially admitting guilt.
Yeah.
So how you going to pay the people that you framed for the murder, not the person that you killed?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially is what we're talking about here.
Makes sense.
On top of that, I guess there was a police officer from the NYPD who gave us some more information about what was going on his deathbed, about it being a sort of a conspiracy or whatever, and that's how they got those men exonerated. Let's go. Where did this actually happen? It didn't happen in Chicago. Let's go south about 300-400, maybe 500 miles in Georgia. Is that where Emmett Till was killed? Mississippi. Okay. Miss Carolyn Bryant, remember that arrest warrant that was found that was supposed to be served? Emmett Till's family is suing the police department.
Nice little chain reaction going on.
Suing the police department there, asking them to carry out that warrant.
Nice.
So, nice little cascade of lawsuits there that I love to hear.
Yeah.
Sure. So we'll see how those play out.
Some justice.
Mm-hmm. L1. First L. It's going out to Matt Walsh. It's not a personality that we talk about a lot on here.
No.
But I heard the man say something that just absolutely shocked me. And could only come from a person who is either A, grifting, or has so much hate in their heart that they will allow that to destroy themselves and anyone around them. So Matt Walsh, his big kick, obviously he's a conservative asshole, but his thing is trans people. Utterly obsessed with them. Won't stop talking about them, debating them. And I, look, far be it on me to criticize, because I've obviously had my opinions on certain things, certain conversations, around the community and certain things that are being asserted. And that's not what this is about. What Homeboy said, and I quote, is that I would hate to have my children fall into something like that, meaning, gender identity crisis and things of that nature, and being trans and transitioning and things like that, because he's seen so many parents going through it. The man said that he would rather be dead than to see his child go through that, than to see his child be trans, essentially. He would rather die than have a trans kid. Saying it as if it's virtuous and endearing, and not realizing that what you were saying is if you had a trans kid, you would commit suicide, essentially. You would kill yourself because your kid is who they are.
I was going to say, not to mention, you kill yourself, your child is still going to go through.
But he doesn't want to see it so much that he would rather not be on earth and leave his child, orphan his child.
But even in death, it's still the same shit. It's still there. It doesn't go away.
He would rather leave that child an orphan and forever make them think about the fact that their father killed themselves because they existed. That's what he would want for his children.
It's fucked up.
Fam, that's how extreme can you get?
Yeah.
How extreme could you get?
It's fucked up for no reason because it doesn't change anything.
Fam, I'm like, banishments maybe. I would even at that point, shit, let's go see the conversion people. But god damn, you're just gonna die?
Yeah.
Fam, what are you even talking about?
Well, that was obviously for a headline, but
yeah, well, he got one.
People say anything.
He
for
got one.
Cloud.
Jesus.
Because I don't think he really believes that.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah.
Some of them dudes really, really operate like that.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's a fact.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Last L, and then I got a toss up. CJ Stroud was receiving Venmos from Ohio State fans during the season telling him to play better.
I saw that.
Let me repeat. People were paying him money for the opportunity to talk shit to him. Mm-hmm. And it was from his own fan base.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't need to say anymore. The program is broken. Okay, that's it.
Oh, so that was the thing that you were saying?
No. I told you why the program's broken. You're more focused on what we do in the long run than having confidence that you're going to do it. That's why the program is broken. It's also broken because you can have a Heisman Trophy candidate, a 2-year Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback at your university, and if he doesn't beat Michigan, you send him money for the opportunity to talk shit to him.
For what it's okay, so not giving anybody any bail because that's bullshit. The reason why they were Venmoing him is because
he doesn't have social media.
Yeah,
but the fact that they're willing to send him money so that they can send a shitty message to him is absolutely deranged.
Yeah, those people aren't real fans. But I've dealt with people who constantly go back and forth on CJ Stroud. I'm just like, why? He is a great quarterback. Hence, him being a first-round quarterback coming up.
Well, my $40 says you need to nut up, son.
I've literally never had any issue with CJ Stroud, but I know a lot of people who have. Alex, when CJ Stroud first was struggling at the when he first started, Alex low-key hated CJ Stroud.
You don't got that dog in him.
And I'm just like, bro,
they want a dog like
games?
JJ. They want a dog like JJ.
Nah.
They want somebody that's gonna stand up on the bleachers and wave bye to the leaving fans.
JJ McCarthy.
That's what y'all want. Y'all want somebody that's gonna walk into the opposing stadium, stand up on the bleachers and say bye bye.
I want a Heisman finalist.
Bye bye. See you next November. Enjoy the leftover turkey. Bye bye.
I want a Heisman finalist.
Bye bye. That's the
quarterback.
The same wave that we gave the Iowa kids. That's what we gave y'all fans.
Yeah, the half-ass one that Harbaugh did.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
I'm done with this.
See you later.
Fuck these kids. I'm done with this shit.
Have fun on the bottom half of the podium, where second and third place sit. We just up here at the top. It's just us.
Don't you have a toss-up?
At the top, it's just us.
And Georgia and TCU. And us.
Anyways. Yeah. This one's a good one. We'll spend some time here for a little bit. So I was watching, what was it? What is Nick Wright's show called? What is this? The one he does with Broussard.
Bro, they switched so
Wilds.
much. I don't know. I don't remember what his is. It's not Get Up.
No, that's ESPN. It's is it First Things First?
Nick Wright is on First Things First.
First Things First. Okay.
Yeah, Chris Broussard.
They were kind of talking about Bronny and how NBA teams should evaluate him and this, that, and the third. And we've kind of discussed this a little bit on here and whether or not the supposed nepotism of LeBron James and his influence on his son's not just college recruitment but NBA prospects, right? Let me put it to you like this. If you genuinely cared when Paul George, after he lost that series to the Portland Trail Blazers, when Dame Lillard hit that shot, And then all of a sudden, Paul George starts coming out talking about all these mental issues that he has and how stressed he is and how depressed, people online make him feel. And even
that was after he had said that was a lucky shot.
Yeah, after it was a lucky shot. And then all of a sudden, we never hear about any of that stuff anymore. No initiatives from Paul George, no follow up on how you are handling it mentally now. Anyways, so he said all that. If you actually felt for Paul George in that moment, if you actually felt for Ben Simmons when he gave you the similar kind of story about how his mental was affected being in Philly and no one supporting him and criticism and, and how much pro athletes deal with this anxiety to perform.
Or Kevin Love, DeMar DeRozan.
All those guys. You felt for them, right? I want you to imagine a 18-year-old. Not yet, but will be an 18-year-old kid. And I want you to imagine the expectations of what a lot of people would say is the greatest basketball player of all time. And being his direct descendant. Being of his line. His direct protege. Right? The heir to his throne. And the amount of pressure you will be putting on that kid drafting him in the lottery if he was actually a lottery pick. So we talking top 5 NBA picks, those guys. Yeah. And the amount of pressure that would be on them. Shit, Lonzo Ball. Legitimate top 10 picks with that type of expectation. So if you felt for PG, if you felt for Kevin Love, if you felt for DeMar DeRozan, if you felt for them guys when they was telling you about the stress and anxiety they felt of playing in the NBA, imagine being 18. Imagine having the expectations of not just your father, but your draft status that people are projecting you to have. And you are not actually that. Bronny's 6'2". He's 6'2". And is described by most of the recruiters that I see talking about him as a defensive dynamo, but not someone who's going to be the best player on your offense.
An offensive liability.
Not someone who is going to even you're not even going to run the offense through him.
A 6'2" Iman Shumpert.
So my question is what LeBron trying to do? Because I do honestly believe every step that he's taken, every word that he said is to better Bronny and to get him into a better position. I'm just asking, the way that he's going about it could be doing him more detriment than help.
Pressure on him.
Like think about this, man. Because what Nick Wright was saying is, if you're New Orleans, you wouldn't send a top 10 pick to the Lakers to get you wouldn't use a top 10 pick to draft Bronny, knowing that that's going to get you LeBron. Fam,
for a year rental?
What? A 40-year-old LeBron James? So now think about the situation that you're setting up here. I don't think 40-year-old LeBron James is going to be able to relocate to a new franchise and make that franchise a championship contender.
And neither is Bronny.
He's on a championship. He's on a team right now. And while they have been terrific since the trade deadline, we're 13th.
Yeah.
So you think 2 years from now, this man's going to be able to go to a whole new franchise and be a difference maker on the championship team? By the way, one of those roster spots that was supposed to be going to a lottery prospect went to a rotational player in a few years at best.
An overrated player. A decently overrated player.
What do you think this world, social media, and all them pundits that was talking about, draft Bronny so you can get LeBron, are going to do to Bronny James and his perception once he doesn't come and set the league on fire? Once his dad is taking a step back and neither one of the moves seem to be helping the team. What happens then? What happens to Bronny's career if he is not immediately worthy of the type of praise he's been getting going into even his college career? Because his ranking and the things that people are saying and projecting about him do not match. They don't. If you're flirting on being inside the top 50 as a basketball player, you're probably not a one and done. But Bronny's a one and done because of his last name, which is problematic. Not because I don't want Bron to do for his son everything he can for him to be successful, but because it's setting an expectation that you're not going to be able to help him through. If he can't go out there and do it, it's going to show. Everybody's going to see it. And there's not going to be any amount of talking that you can do to get around that. It'll just be worse. Y'all think they treated Lonzo Ball bad. LeBron is telling people to use a pick on his son.
The worst part, seemingly, is that the best a team would be able to do is to get Bronny and then get that year rental out of Bron. But then that year for Bronny is going to be spent on the G League.
And then what are you getting from LeBron at that point? From a 40-year-old LeBron James that was worth sending a lottery pick on a G League player.
Yeah.
Even if he's not G League, let's say he breaks the rotation like Austin Reeves. Is Austin Reeves worth a top 10 pick?
No.
That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about maybe at his ceiling an Alex Caruso type player.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
I think Alex Caruso is a little taller.
Is he?
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Is he? Caruso?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, Caruso's pretty tall for a guard.
Caruso is 6'5". Damn. I didn't know he was 6'5".
Mm-hmm. So, like, ceiling. We talking about Alex Caruso. And a less skilled Alex Caruso at that because he's not the shooter that Alex Caruso is.
Yeah.
Is he worth a top 10 pick, y'all? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. And and as much as LeBron wants to help, I don't think he's helping by signaling to teams that, oh, well, I may come play for you if you draft my son. That is a recipe for disaster. Agreed. Let that man go the way he's supposed to go. If he needs to spend 2 to 3 years in college to hone his game, let him do that. Let him do that to become a better player. Yeah. Because at this point, that is the safer route for him to last in the league and not just get there so he can play a few games with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, he got drafted. He in the league now. I get to play and take pictures with my son and cry in the middle of the game. I wonder how many games they're gonna stop and let LeBron take pictures and cry with his son in the middle of the floor.
Stop it in the third quarter.
Yeah, hold on. They gotta have a ceremony. It's the first father-son pairing in NBA history.
Yikes.
Yeah, man, I don't know. But that's it for me.
First L, since you took my last L, or since you took my first L. Sophia Rosing, the girl from the University of Kentucky who called that black girl all sorts of N-words and B-words and started hitting her and stuff. She is permanently banned from campus, ineligible to re-enroll, and faces 10 to 13 years in jail.
Damn!
I mean, technically that's a hate crime, is it not?
Shit!
You know?
Hey. No. Petty King. I swear to God, it was several of y'all in the comments of that video that said, ain't nothing gonna happen to her. This is white America. You allowed to do this. Blah, 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 blah. And ain't nothing going, ain't. 10 to 13 years?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know who's going to admit her into college. Well, Akron will take her. University of Akron will take her.
They better not.
They have the thing about taking ex-cons.
Man, they better not.
They got that thing about taking ex-cons.
I'm going up to Akron and talking to somebody.
They allow, you know. Now, I don't know if they're going to let her, because she did do a hate crime. This ain't no low-level drug offense.
You know?
It's the difference between selling dime bags and going on a racist tirade.
Yes.
But then again, are admissions at Akron paying that close attention? You know?
I would hope so. Well, I would hope that the kids would be like, oh, you're bringing her in? No, we don't want her.
Fam, 10 to 13 years because you got too drunk and start talking like your daddy? Damn.
Yeah.
You got drunk and start talking like your grandpa at Thanksgiving. Problem with this country is we let the monkeys free. Wrangle them all back up. America be great again. Yee, brother. Trump 2024.
My last L is going to the fact that there was media coverage or like video. There's video of it of an alligator coming out of the water.
Is there footage of it, Josh? Is there?
So
is there really?
It gets cut off right before this alligator bites and snatches this woman into the water.
Hey, TMZ. You're looking very shade roomy lately. Very Daily Loudish lately. And it's not like you didn't set the standard for those two other publications, but I had thought that you were trying to make the shift more so into, mainstream news, try to be more Entertainment Tonight than Daily Loud. But for y'all to show Takeoff bleeding out on the ground and not show this lady get chomped up by an alligator, both are equally as gruesome to me.
I'm like, I don't want to see either one of those, but
it's okay to show black man bleeding out after getting shot.
Yeah.
But we can't show white granny get chomped by an alligator. No.
Or constant videos of black men screaming for their moms after getting shot and all sorts of just
not to
dumb
mention
shit.
That they treated that alligator like it was a pet. It was a neighborhood fixture is what they called it.
Yeah.
The fact that you live in Florida and you think you can go walk your dog out by a swamp. What are we talking about? I don't live in Florida. I'm not going anywhere near a swamp.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
A marsh, anywhere where there's enough water for an alligator to be there.
Couldn't be me. All right, on to my, I think, lone dub. Mr. Kanye West and Adidas are reportedly reaching an agreement to sell the remaining $500 million worth of remaining sneakers
to
for the rest
him.
of the year.
To him, like he's trying to buy them.
No, they're allowing him to obviously put the name back on the shoes that were supposed to be released for the rest of the year.
You mean after you lost billions of dollars, you came to your senses and realized that it was not financially viable for you to cut ties with Kanye West?
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't care. I don't care about either party involved. I'm not buying no fucking Yeezys. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about you or the individual that you tried to cut because of some personal relationship probably at the end of the day. Because the show didn't make money sense.
No, it didn't.
And I have a hard time believing that your shareholders were calling into you saying, get this guy out of here. Because the one thing that they care about more than anti-Semitism is the bottom line.
Yeah. Bro, there are so many people on here with terrible takes about how Michael B. Jordan is actually corny because he held on to the thoughts of them calling him corny. Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all don't understand petty king shit. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all need to study petty kings. Petty kings never forget. That's how I remember that it was some of y'all in here saying that it wasn't gonna happen to that white girl after she cussed out her black RA.
Yeah.
At her college.
Yeah.
Petty kings don't forget.
All right. I got two toss-ups. Number one, Daniel Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino. Wait, is it Donald Glover? Donald Glover is the older one.
Danny Glover is the older one.
It's
Donald
Glover
is Childish Gambino. I was like, Danny Glover is rapping?
Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, is working on a Beehive-inspired series titled Swarm that's dropping on Amazon Prime.
Have you seen the previews for that shit?
Yes.
We're going to review that. We are going to review that shit. That shit looks
coming
fire.
Out the same day as Power.
Fuck, man.
Why
do all the black shows release on the same day?
I don't know. We can still do it, though.
Chloe Bailey is in it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that show. It actually looks pretty good. It looks good.
Yeah. All right. Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime.
L. But I'm glad he said it, though. L, though. Super L. But I'm so glad he said it. Go ahead and finish.
Says that when he's looking for quarterbacks, he looks for a quarterback with a two-parent household, 3.5 GPA, and leadership skills. But when it comes to
defensive lineman,
when it comes to recruiting a defensive lineman, he prefers the kid from a single-parent household, barely making it on free lunch, who's hungry to get out of poverty.
Okay. So first thing, for all of you that was fighting with me about Deion Sanders a couple months ago after he left Jackson State, well, yeah, this why we don't get up, cause we always trying to pull a black man down, and it was Jackson State fault, and they was stealing money, and this that, and he actually trying to do stuff for the black community, and this is what it is, and this and that, and this and that.
There's a lot of that.
First of all, and this is a number I wasn't even privy to until recently, but it's something like it's over 70% of black children in America are in single parent households, right? So I guess screw all of you, can't play quarterback,
and that decidedly makes it harder for the 3.5 GPA.
And I feel like obviously we can get into those numbers and why they're like that. I feel like it's even more knowing that. It makes it even more, and knowing that, part of that is because of how many of our men are in jail. It makes it even more impressive that's even still, given those dynamics, that when they are available to do so, they still marry black women. But anyways, just nice tidbit to throw out there with the nasty.
Yeah.
It actually kind of feels like what we were just talking about with John Ridley. It's a very oversimplified, very basic, really linear way of viewing black people.
Yes.
So if you're struggling and you hungry, that means you're big and you're nasty and you're physical. Aggressive. And if you come from a dual family household, that means you're smart. That means you're cerebral. You're polished. That means you can disseminate information. And that's such a reality. That's such a rule that I can recruit based off of those standards.
Yeah.
Fam, that shit is anti-black. That's just anti-black.
I would agree. The only thing I can say is, like, if Deion had actually put it like we're looking for, big aggressive guys on the D line, and we're looking for,
it had nothing to do with football.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The shit that he was talking about had nothing to do with football. And before y'all get in here and tell me about, wells I do that this person would most likely and that person would most likely.
Look at the reality.
Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to say anything about that man's story. I'm not going to say anything about his background. Lamar Jackson. And a coach like Deion Sanders would have Lamar Jackson playing receiver because of his background. So cut it out. Cut it out. What are we talking about? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, when you institute specifics on what it is that you're looking for and you can't look outside of that, it becomes a lot more racist.
Fam, you went on a white platform on Rich Eisen so and on damn Roku and told them that black boys from single parent households cannot play quarterback. That's basically what you said.
That's the NFL mentality.
You said, "Oh, well, that's what I look for." But you're Coach Prime. You're respected. People listen to you. People obviously garner their opinions based off of what you say. And you went out and told all them folks that black kids from single parent households can't play quarterback. That black kids that come from single parent households are better off playing defensive line because of their nature. That's some old Mandingo buck breaking attitude ass shit right there. That's some old. That's some bullshit. That's some bull. And it's not something that I would expect to hear from a black coach publicly like that. But, hey, Deion's Deion, and he can say and do whatever he wants. He can walk into a room full of grown men and say, "I don't want none of y'all. I'm already coming with players. You can transfer now." And everybody defends it because that's what college football coaches do. Oh, well, it's true. How the fuck does he know it's true? I'm sorry, fam. You were just playing in AA ball, or AAA ball. Don't come up here talking to me. What you talking about? You ain't had a single you had one 5-star recruit on your entire roster.
Yeah.
I had to go out here and play 5 stars every week. Who are you talking to? Oh, but it's true. It's true. So it's okay to tell the kids that have been busting their ass for that program for however many years that they can get out.
Where's the data on that?
Hey, fam. Hey, look. Because the transfers you bringing from Jackson State, fam. Okay, never mind. That's not what we was talking about. But what he said about them quarterbacks is bullshit.
I agree. Shout out to Mount Mitch. He actually mentioned this on our last W's and L's video. He said, please give a L to Coach Prime on his 2-parent household quarterback logic. Like, I get the personality traits that he's speaking on, but to go that far is cringe.
But see, that's not what he said. He didn't say I'm looking for a cerebral player. He said I'm looking for one with a dual parent household.
Yeah. That's
connecting those two things, conflating them together, as if the people who come from a single parent household can't be cerebral thinkers, who can't be processors of information.
And that's what he said. He said, but to go that far is cringe and definitely problematic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then he said, respect to the pod, because he's a frequent commenter.
Appreciate you, Mitch. But that is definitely some Larry Elder, Jason Whitlock energy.
Fuck Jason Whitlock.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it does though. It does. Yeah. Until y'all give me the data on that, I'm not hearing none of that bullshit. I think that's it. You got any other dubs, L's, anything like that?
That's it for me, man. What did you think about our dubs and L's? Give us your dubs and L's in the comment prompt below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next Wednesday, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. for another dubs and L's segment.
And check out our previous W's and L's segment where we discussed Karl Malone being a piece of shit. Not really news, but hey, it's there. And then also, matter of fact, we never talked about the fact that what he did with Vanessa Bryant. Like, I made the thumbnail for that, and I'm like, oh yeah, he did do that shit.
Who? Karl Malone?
Karl Malone. You remember when like Vanessa Bryant was alleging that he had like harassed her?
What?
Oh,
when he played for the Lakers?
Yes.
Fam, stop it.
Did you see the thumbnail that I made? He said he would fight Kobe if he's still mad about the fact that he did all that shit to Vanessa Bryant. He said some crazy shit. Like, at one point he had a cowboy hat on, and he said he was hunting for little Mexican girls. He said some other shit too. Like, he said some crazy fucking shit.
Yeah, no. I feel like at the point in time that Karl Malone was on the Lakers, I was too young to have heard or even known about any of that.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, he said some wild shit.
Damn.
While he was married, and obviously she was married to Kobe.
Well,
piece of shit. Anyway.
Yeah, a pedophile can't really be married unless to a child.
Facts. Anyway, make sure you check out our W's and L's every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.